In this video today, I'm going to make a short, simple, no bullshit sort of review of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I'm playing on PC at the moment. I'm actually running at reasonably high settings. And I do quite like this particular game, and I do like some of the modifications and very cool things that you can do with this game. I like this native trainer where you can do all kinds of interesting and cool stuff, like add money, and I do like a lot of the elements with, Grand Theft Auto 5. But rather than, going on about it all day, I've decided, why don't I just show you what I'm talking about. One of the big things I love about this game are the vehicles, and excuse the lag here yet again. The Dinka Jester, when you fully upgrade it, really is just one mean little vehicle. I mean, it's got like a 6-cylinder engine in it and a 6-speed manual, so it really is quite the fancy little race car. And I love that, Rockstar, basically moved on from this whole bland as shit stuff that they did with Grand Theft Auto 4 and made some really interesting little vehicles. And you can also look inside, and it's quite a nice little race car. Now, with Grand Theft Auto 5, there's another thing I also do like, and this is, well, diversity. And I'm not talking about the affirmative action hire policy where you just get one white guy, one Asian guy, and one black guy, but the diversity of environment. And this is something that, I believe, Grand Theft Auto, 4 didn't do, and I also believe it's something that Saints Row 3 and 4 failed to do as well. But in Grand Theft Auto 5, there are all kinds of environments you can play around in, and there are all kinds of, places. I mean, you've got desert, you've got city, you've got really a lot to sort of choose from. And arguably here, Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't quite as diverse when it comes to the environment as, let's say, Just Cause 2, but considering the fact that, this game is a lot, it's actually a lot more detailed and there's actually more, to this game than there is Just Cause 2, like when it comes to the land and all that. I consider that, Grand Theft Auto 5, considering the fact that, it's limited by its, technology and funds, it's done pretty well in making a diverse environment where it's not all just city or it's not all just desert or whatever. I think it did a very good job of, putting these environments together, and it ends up just looking absolutely beautiful. Another thing that I do like, and this really is a preference, is the implementation of actual working trains on Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, this is something that I like, but the only thing that I really don't like about the whole implementation of trains is that you can't just drive whenever. And you can't stop them either. I mean, there's mods on websites where you can actually drive trains, and I have it installed, but it's glitchy as hell, and I would love to have had something like, an actual, train driving sort of script put into Grand Theft Auto 5. But considering the fact that this is one of those games now where Rockstar can update at any time that they like, I'd love to see an implementation of some sort of system to drive trains that Rockstar actually supports, and I'd love to see something like that. It would add a bit of history to this game from San Andreas, where you could drive a train and even derail it if you get it behind the speed. There are some things with Grand Theft Auto 5 though that just absolutely disappoint me. For example, this store here. I mean, it would be nice to have like a hardware store, to actually have this as an actual building that you can go into. I mean, this is just a really big, well-textured waste of space, to be quite honest with you. There's also something else I just flat out have a gripe with, and that's this casino. I mean, look at it. It's well-textured as hell, and it looks like they were going to hold a mission here or something. I mean, look at it. This isn't some placeholder, this is a full-blown casino. I mean, they've done the lighting and everything. Yet this is just, really at the moment, just a placeholder of a building, and it doesn't appear that there's ever really going to be anything here apart from, well, just placeholder objects, so on and so forth. It would be really nice in the actual campaign to have had a mission where you could maybe rob this casino, or to to have somewhere, you know, like where you could actually gamble in this game, because it would be nice to have that element from San Andreas, but implemented in a rather excellent way on Grand Theft Auto 5. And I really do think it's unfortunate that it's building, quite frankly, from what I've seen in single player, is just going, you know, to complete waste. I don't know what's going on with it, you know, in online, but it's really sad just to see this particular place just, you know, nothing being done to it. Another thing that I do like is the internet on, of course, here on GTA 5, where you can actually buy all kinds of interesting things, like, for example, this jet, which I'm going to buy now for absolutely no reason whatsoever. You can also buy shares on this site, on this internet, so it is quite a fun little thing to play around with. I'll buy that as well and crash it into
Man,
the
I love the internet.
Let's buy it now. Okay. And I also do like the fact that, you know, GTA 5 does implement a whole lot of, you know, aircraft, and it does really add a good feeling to this particular game. One thing that does annoy me deeply are these placeholder planes. I mean, who the fuck put these here? They serve no purpose, and it would have just been easier to spawn in an actual plane rather than just putting some still model there for absolutely no fucking reason whatsoever. I mean, that really just does annoy me. But one of the things that does make it up for me is the ability to fly quad-engine aircraft and to perform instrument-only flight. I mean, this is basically some flight simulator level shit, because, I mean, look at this. You've got your attitude indicator, you've got your altitude, speed, and all that interesting stuff. Oh, damn. Gear is up, come on, stabilize, shit. Damn it. And I almost forgot, you can also do a 911, which just makes it even better. Lag. Also, it's worth mentioning, I mean, just the graphics. I mean, graphics. I mean, it just looks awesome. Graphics. Really, all in all, there isn't particularly a lot I can criticize at all about Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, with some modifications, it could make for a better first-person shooter than Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I mean, that really is saying something. The graphics are awesome, the first person's pretty awesome as well, and, you know, admittedly this game has its faults, but it does just very well at pretty much everything. I mean, look at this first person. The verdict is this. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a pretty good, pretty hilarious, nicely made game that has quite a few elements to it. It admittedly has, you know, some deficiencies in the way of gameplay, and I'd like to see a lot more mods come out for this particular game, but all in all, I think it's a pretty good score and has a lot of potential in the way of modding. But, you know, there's not too much I can really criticize. I think that Rockstar did a good job, and, I mean, who doesn't like jumping off an incredibly high building and having the guy scream like crazy? But, yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot I can criticize. The game does what it's meant to do quite well, and you can parachute into all kinds of vehicles, you can jump out of planes, you can fly jets, you can watch TV, you can kill your family. I mean, really, it's not a lot more to it than that. It's just bloody nice. I think it's worth $70. If I had to give it a rating, I'd give it 10 out of 10. You know, it went and did what it was meant to do, and, you know, it has its deficiencies, but truth be told, I think this is about as good as, you know, Rockstar can do. There's not particularly a lot more I can say, you know, about it other than that. So yeah, ladies and gents, this is just my quick-ish review, and I hope you enjoyed it.